Hello everyone! YouTube's actually sent me the link to this now. I'm just streaming. I am just going to post this link up and then we are good. Make sure I post this link absolutely everywhere. What I normally do, and then away we go. So there we go, we got like a minute. A minute of me just probably sitting around and doing nothing on stream. It's all good. So let's see here. I think we'll add a little bit more geometry variation there with the same things that I have been doing. And then we'll take it from there and just have some fun. A lot of this is like basically smashing geometry together in various different ways just to make it look interesting from distance, which actually isn't too bad. And I like the way that I've done the house that you see from Snowdin's higher points. You know, the one that's in the center. I'll probably explain it in a bit, but yeah, part of that is me trying to make it a little bit like yellow, but also missing out certain sections because I don't want to have to do all of yellow's segment again after what happened previously. Let's try going this way with that one. Do that. Okay, that doesn't look too bad, and then we'll just kind of repeat a little bit of that over here. Put that button there, and then we'll do a couple of smaller ones here. Primarily just to give a little bit of variation. What I'll do is I'll even just tilt it slightly. We get to do the fun stuff and a little bit of like messing around with how stuff looks. I need to also rotate that a different way so it doesn't look exactly the same. Yeah, we got this going on, and then the last one, I think I'm gonna have it's like down here, unless I can see some like really major point in the river that needs some like extra work done to it to make it look cool. We've got these shapes going on in the distance, and that's all good. Hey, memes. So this is kind of what we got at the moment. I think I might put another one of those there, and then just like fill this in. Because the idea is to make the landscape look a little bit more varied. And then hopefully, looks cool. It's hopefully gonna just work for me, you know, when it's all said and done. A lot of this will be like messing around with the you can make a huge ice lake. I mean, I've got the river kind of like that at the moment. The idea is this up to there is just like what I've done. And then this actually does take the, you know, the yellow route. I've just not actually bothered to do yellow's model because I figured I can have that like go off into another part of Snowdin. It's not like super accurate compared to if you were to combine yellow and standard route together, but it's something. Can you do ice fishing in? Potentially. I could do that in another area, but I'm just trying to see if I can play a bit of perspective over here. If I do that, okay, that's not bad. You can see the house over there in the distance as well. I actually like that I've got that. So now what we can do is we can We can play around a little bit with this. What I need at least is one of these tree lines just to cover up the back. It's going to be like the weirdest thing ever because it's like, dude, why are you putting such a heavy tree in the back? It's mainly just to plug up this hole here that's caused by the end of this texture. If I just plug that up with that, it looks like it comes to a more natural end. Same with that there if I do the same thing, but then we just... Oh. If I do that, right? And then we just plug that in there. I wish you liked his memes. This one's a lot better than you know, previous. It should work out. And thank you very much, memes. I'm off to take a good nap. Okay, fair enough. Hope you have a good nap then. So over there we've got those trees now that plug that in and make it look more 3D than it actually is. And then what I might do is try and follow Yellow's route a little bit. With at least the tree line. I figure like the basics, instead of doing absolutely everything, are probably okay here. So if we just have this to sort of simulate honeydew over here. Oh, where are we at? Trying to just make sure that that's there. Even if it's not the same, just having one or two of these is going to look pretty nice. Although, no, let's just keep it at one, but we'll at least do the trick of making all the trees. So first off, we'll do the what I want to do is try and make a bit of geometry like this that has a load of snow on it, but it in the center you can see everything. So like for instance, if I was to take this, drop it, and then put a bit of snow over it and just see how that looks. Let's just, because I want those hills from Snowdin to be rolling. But the whole thing is you've got to also try and get the light for that. So maybe what I need is just this to be a little bit bigger. And then just have these hills be rolling. Although, saying that, I don't think you can tell from there that that's a hill. It's just kind of another piece of scenery. It's whatever. I can still populate that round. We populate that round the place and just like rotate it a couple of times. Let's do that way. That's not too bad. We can kind of... We can get the impression that there's a hill there. Or something, and then I can just, like, put trees on it. Repeat that over here, and then I just do the tree line. I might be able to get this to work. I've also got to add the snow in different locations. Let's just... Let's actually do that one up against there like that. Okay, I feel like now, if I use the snow technique on a few places, and then we go for the trees, I might be on the very end of Snowdin if I'm lucky. And by that I mean like just like scenery and things. Because the idea is the snow that I'm putting in should camouflage all these areas and make it look a little bit better than just like what it has been previously. I need to make it look as though there's snow built up around here, more or less. Just making sure that that is touching the floor. Yeah, it is. If I just do the snow buildup around the rocks, and then in other locations, we should get a pretty convincing environment. Pretty low poly. It's an absolute crazy little cheat, this way of doing things, but it works so nicely and it's so convincing when it's just stuck out like that I'm really happy. Just need to make sure that I don't have any shadows from the bottom of things there, because otherwise it'll ruin it. Again, we'll just keep saving this just to make sure that I don't mess anything up completely. But the idea is building up snow in these areas and then making it look as though everything is like completely packed in with snow. Looks pretty cool. Let's go there with that one, and then we'll just push it across here and try and make it slightly bigger. Okay. And then I can just bring it across if I want, bring it down, and then pack that there. Same with like over here, we can just pack this in. The funny part about this is these planes that I've created are not that crazy when it comes to detail. So it's a really cheap way of packing all this stuff in and making it look a little bit more realistic, I'd say. Just try to see if I can pack that there without any issues of like any of the extra faces being visible. Especially the edge. I don't want the edge being visible. Okay, that's not too bad. Then we can take the bottom one here and we'll move that around a little bit. Again, the whole point of this is to try and camouflage everything in and make it look like super snowy. A bit like the traditional background that we have in the actual game. And then hopefully, once this is all done and I've packed in all of the trees and everything, hopefully everything will look like it's full of snow. I'll try and see what's like the biggest. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say the biggest thing that I can do there, but we've got this kind of thing going on. We'll just try and pack that in there. We'll do that a couple of other times. Put that in there. Is that actually... No, it needs to be a bit further down. I think. Was it the... I think that bit packs it nicely. The thing is, with me rotating this in different ways, I get different variations of the same or similar technique. It's just, it's starting to look more like an area that's got a lot of snow built up in corners and things, and all I've done really is just rotate the model around a little bit. No. Which is great, because it means it saves me a lot of trouble. And then I can just do like a really big one here and there for like mountains and things, or like hills. So it would make no sense having me just like pack in smaller sections of snow here instead of like the way that in the distance we can still see this sort of like effect going on, but it looks kind of, the way that it's set up anyway, it looks kind of realistic. We're getting like that build up in corners, and it's not looking as like flat anymore. It's actually looking a little bit more reasonable, is the best way of putting it. Like, it's gonna look better when we see on the cliffs and stuff, but it's definitely conveying the idea that I want, which is snow built up in corners, and then like just put trees on top of them. But this is what separates it from just like leaving it essentially and just like not doing anything. If I didn't do anything, it would probably look pretty bad. Whereas doing this, at least it doesn't look like flat shapes everywhere. And it really kind of adds to everything a little bit more. No, like that. Just make sure I hit save here. If I don't save, it's going to be a nightmare. We'll just try and bring that down a little bit. It doesn't always have to be super high here, but just as long as it's just a little bit that's visible. I think I might have actually put one there to begin with, or at least it looked like it. So got that going on there. So all I need to do, really, now is just put them along the edges around here, and then I think... say that, and then we're already there. I think we're almost there in terms of like just scattering trees around, and then and these things, then we might be done outside of a little bit more scenery. Yeah, because look now, right? That's what I've got now compared to before. I love the floating scenery in the midair. At least it looks more natural. I just need to finish off the same over here. Like, I started building up this section. I just need to finish off putting those cards all over the place. And then we should be good for height variation then. Just making it look that little bit more nice and soft, like the snow effect, and then we can have fun like messing around and putting all these trees everywhere. And once the trees have populated the environment, then I think we should see major significance in the way that everything looks. Like, I think it's gonna It's going to give it the defining look. It's going to look pretty much like classic Snowdin. The best part about this, or these snow dunes that I've done, is that I can keep making them and keep making them as big or as small as I want, keep throwing them all over the place. And because of the snow material, depending on whether I get them in the right sort of angle or not, it's actually pretty convincing. Like over here, we'll build up this corner just a little bit. Even if it's just a little bit, it's still better than nothing. And it's the same with like over there. I don't know what that paste was then, so we'll just like drag this over here. Because I don't need too much around the base of Snowdin, just enough. So we are almost done with the snow pass, which is actually really cool. Might even have a laugh and do this kind of thing with it, where we just have that giant wad of snow just like packed on there. See if we can do the same here, if I can just set that up, like... Nah, it's not having it. I just bring that down and slap that, like, there or something. Right, and then bring that in there. And because that's at an angle, we can just put this at an angle as well. And then, hopefully, that should just look a lot better, and then we can just... Don't know why it's running at 15 though. Interesting. Might have to do some optimization here. It's like the entire thing was running a little bit better than before. The only thing I can think of again is it's just a case of converting all of the meshes here. So like, let's see. Right, everything's set to 30, that's fine. We've converted all the trees to meshes. So if I just go, let's see, more or less group linked with material. We just do convert to mesh. That's fine. I don't know why it's raised all the frame rate again, but I suppose we'll do the same with these. Let's go file. Group linked to material. That gets all of the bushes. We'll just do convert to mesh. And the same for the grass. Where's the grass? File select more or less. Group linked. Material. Convert to mesh. That still keeps it alright at the moment. I'm assuming there's a raise somewhere around here. Probably to do with the trees. Let's see. Let's do select linked material. then convert to mesh. Yeah, we're getting all right frames. We're looking at the entire thing here in one go, whereas if we look in like certain areas, it's looking a little bit better than normal. It also depends on those frames there, because if I delete that, we're instantly getting more frames. In fact, if I delete the ice sections in general, I think it's those couple. If I delete those, I'm immediately getting slightly better frames. Let's try select group linked material mesh. I don't know whether I do have the crystals set up like that. Group linked material, convert to mesh. Maybe the houses? Let's do that and go. What is it? Select group linked material? Wait, what? Oh, is that because I've got so many of the same material? Maybe. Hang on. Select more or less linked material. Convert to mesh. Then we'll try houses as well. Select linked instance collection? No. Linked object data. File convert to mesh. Oh, okay, so that just helped make everything run at 30 frames per second again. Let's save that. That just works. I love the way that it keeps on being weird with me, in the sense that like it'll be fine one moment, and then the next it'll be like, so anyway, you got frame rate issues, and I'm like, wait, what? What we'll do is we'll keep doing this, where we put a smattering of trees along here. I'll just keep doing this and throwing them around, primarily because I know it works. And then what I can do is I can change the materials to make them look 3D in a bit. I just need to keep placing the trees in such a way that it looks a little bit natural. And then hopefully, by just doing a couple of extra tree segments, we should be looking at like Snowdin basically done outside of a couple of smaller effects here. Because like these trees are basically nothing in terms of like polygon count. So I'm hoping that we're all good here because of it. Like these trees, because they're all off in the distance, it's all fine, but I still want to at least make this look semi-realistic, especially from like up here. It's not too bad. And then we can just follow the tree line round. What I'll do is, because all these are pretty much the same, we'll just copy and paste these. Make them slightly smaller because of the way that I've done this. Hey Nova! I'm one of the only ones watching. That's fine. I hope you enjoy, by the way. Let's put these trees lower down here. Those ones are going to need to be changed because they're floating in midair currently. It's okay, it's fine. Then we'll grab these, bring them down. The idea that these trees are supposed to look as though they're off in the distance, so making them slightly smaller is not too bad. Is this a 3D Undertale movie? Yes, it is. I can show you little bits of what's been done if you want, as like a little teaser thing. Cause I've shown off that kind of stuff before. Just give me a moment. It's not too bad for me to just get that stuff and just like put it up on stream. Blue. Okay, can I see the progress you've done with this part? I'll show you the thing that I've got going at the moment. Hang on. Is it that one? I'm just checking my videos. This is... Oh, yeah. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll hook this up now, and then we'll get back to Snowdin in a moment, because Snowdin's looking pretty nice at the moment. I've just not got the full thing going for lighting at the moment. The lighting is temporary. Let's turn ASI off, and then we'll go to window capture, and then we'll just do that. And some of this is old now. This video is pretty old. By the time I'd done this, I've upgraded a lot of places. I've been basically building the underground and getting all the cast together and everything. But I'm on the verge of doing like a new update within like Christmas, New Year. That'll show off everything. So yeah, I'll just let you enjoy this and see what you think. This is Immersiontale, a full 3D animated movie of Undertale's true pacifist run, featuring a little bit of an AU twist. I've been working on this project for a little over a year at this point, mapping out all of the underground in 3D down to its smallest details and slowly getting actors to fill the roles. Here's a quick peek at what it all looks like so far.
Ow! I'm alive? I'm alive!
You idiot! In this world, it's kill or be killed!
Yo, you're a kid too, right? I can tell because you're wearing a striped shirt.
Everyone is always laughing and cracking jokes, trying to forget our modern crises.
Did you hear what they just said? They said a human wearing a striped shirt will come through. I heard that they hate spiders.
about to face the greatest challenge of your entire journey. Your actions here will determine the fate of the entire world. If you refuse to fight, Asgore will take your soul and destroy humanity. But if you kill Asgore and go home, monsters will remain trapped underground. What will you do? Well, if I were you, I would have thrown in the towel by now.
So yeah, the funny thing about that is literally that's like 5 months old, and since then I literally redid pretty much a lot of that work, other than like the ruins and waterfall, and yeah, the ruins and waterfall are basically staying as they are, but Snowdin's obviously having a redone version. Hotland is complete now and looks a lot better than it did there because that was like a really early build. Every other part of the underground is now done, which is funny and linked together. And stuff like the Judgment Hall got a remake and a complete relighting, and the same with the throne room. The barrier's now done. There's a lot of things that have been done, like tweaks that I obviously need to do for like character models, such as like Muffet, because people have raised the whole deal with Muffet's hairline before. It's actually kind of funny. It looks like she's got receding hair. Yeah, I need to fix that a little bit. But yeah, there are a bunch of like small fixes that I can do for that. But yeah, I'm hoping people enjoy that, or that old video now. I can't wait for the newer update to come out so people can judge the project based on that, really. But it's gonna be interesting to see what people think about that one because of how much work has gone into it. Like, I've basically spent since February working on this update for the rest of the underground. So, fun times. Ooh. But yeah, the entire thing is basically an AU with some extra characters added. Ooh. And we're just finishing off more or less all the 3D elements that we need for getting everything looking just right, and getting Snowdin working within one file and then optimizing the other ones is great. Because the previous version of Snowdin ran completely terrible, and this one runs the entirety of Snowdin after leaving the ruins in it, and apparently runs at 30 frames per second just nicely. So this is not final lighting, by the way. This is the one before it. I'm just kind of getting an idea of how these trees look on these hills before I then populate the rest of the area with trees. Yeah, this is nuts. Like, I like how this is looking so far because we're slowly getting there. At some point in the movie, you should reference "I remember your genocides." The thing is, part of it is like referencing a potential genocide route. So yeah, I could do that. But like, there is no actual genocide route, with it being the true pacifist one. So we get to see the entire storyline, but it's still gonna have hints of that kind of in the. Can't really go into that much because it's part of the story, but it's a little bit of the twist. Yeah, the idea now is I just place these tree cards all over the place to make it look a little bit natural. And then we also use the tree line in the background there. That one's going to be interesting because I might need to like redo that with these trees because it just doesn't look as good now. Maybe I should just like do that and then carry on with this stuff. But either way, I'm enjoying how this looks at the moment. That one's one that I need to potentially use that one. A lot of this is all rendered at the same time. It's pretty nuts. I just love the way that it's looking now. Spamcromite, welcome back to the stream as usual. I hope you're alright. Let's leave that like that one, and then we'll just... What I can do is convert all of these to meshes later on. It'll just look good. I just need to make sure I place all of these so none of them are floating. And if you're wondering why I've got Sonic music on in the background instead of Undertale, it's because I've played Undertale's music so much. And every time I do, I get copyright striked, so... So at the moment, we're playing Sonic Mania's music. Then we'll grab that one there. Yeah, the idea is to try and place these in natural looking positions. And then just try and create the forest as well. I couldn't hear the Sonic music over the screaming of the damned in my basement, says Noah. Fair enough. So yeah, we're slowly building this up. You can just about see it with the lighting on there. It's looking pretty convincing. It's just more the background stuff that I have to be wary of. Like that one area that has the circle in now, it actually has me really paranoid. That's why I'm not shutting up about it, because it's just like it's a key focal point for the area because you see it from above. And it's pretty much the one point that, like, everything is drawn to in the background. Mainly because of the lack of detail or other detail in the area, but it's also because of the lighting and everything. Like, where is it? Like, over there, you're drawn to that house. So it's like, I need to make that look good. Let's try and populate it with all the trees. I go nodes, add mesh plane, right? And then we just... take that in. And I do the cheat trees on it. We go file, modifier, geometry. Oh, tree? I'm hoping this will not be too bad and that it will just work. It might even work better like this instead of the other way. Let's just 1, 2, 3 there. And then just do this and see whether this works. If I get rid of the actual or the mesh in a moment, that might just make up for all of this. Because essentially what I was doing before was using a lot of cheats to get this to work, whereas instead if I just do it partially cheating, it actually doesn't look too bad. I'm jealous of Frisk. They get to murder an entire species without so much as punishment, but when I do, it's considered a crime and I get sent to a weird grey room. So yeah, that way like that does not look bad. And then we just like line up the rest of this. So if, like for instance, I just start dragging out the back side of this here. God, the amount of trees that are in this scene now is pretty nuts. And then we can just... Although it is like that in games, so... Oh, that's actually pretty nice. It actually didn't cost me that much either. I think we'll take that as a win. I wonder if I just like try and do that a little bit more forwards. Like if I turn that all into a mesh, right? That should save some polygons. Like with this one, if I take this, duplicate it, turn that into a mesh, and then kind of make it so that the trees are a little bit more sparse here. Let's see. So it's not as dense. What does that look like? If we do like 2 there? 1.6 is better, but if I lower the density factor, it doesn't look... Like maybe 0.5 there for that, because... It's either going to be a case of messing around with the density factor, or me messing around with placement of things, right? Because we got this going on now. I also want to follow the river down. What I need to do is drag this out and just go S, Y. I just like the way that we can essentially drag an entire forest out like that, no problem. Because the idea is to try and get the forest like that, right? It's actually not looking too bad. I thought it might look kind of bad, but it doesn't. I just... All I need to really do is change up little bits here and there. The music makes me want to play some Ikaruga. Oh, nice. Spam Chromite, do you think that's alright for the forest there? Because I don't actually mind that at the moment. Like, I know it's 2D particle cards and stuff, but that's actually looking... I wouldn't say too bad. Which part are you making? This is all of Snowdin. I'm making all of Snowdin so that we can go from one end to the other. But I'm making the background of Snowdin where you can see the house in the distance. Like, hang on. See, you can see the house, you can see all the forest and everything. So, yeah, the idea is just that this is what you can see from underneath. Like, from underneath, you'd be... I thought it was the part with the lake where you found the tough glove. But the idea is we got the house over here, and from here you could see up above where the rest of Snowdin is. But it's this cool forest that we can walk through if we want. There's a ton of trees around are a good thing. Yeah, I'm not like loading loads in. I think maybe I can give a couple more hills or something around if I place some more of these giant hills. They make everything look a little bit more realistic. But then I've got to follow the river here so we can, like, 'cause I really want this done by like the end of tonight. And it's not because like I'm trying to speedrun it, but now I'm just like I'm so close to having it done. I'm just like, come on, this looks good. Right, let's just grab that and go to about there. We can just drag that back just a little. Same with this, we can just drag it back just a little. Right? If I just do convert to mesh. Yeah, that's not changed anything. If I go to that, it's still holding at 25. That's actually not bad. I'm loving that. Dude, that's nuts. And then all I need to really do is have these trees have normal maps on them, so they react to light and stuff, so they actually look like 3D. But have any of these got particle cards on them anymore? I don't think they do. Not particle cards, sorry, nodes. I'm gonna have to do another one for over here, and then the same for over this side. Will you do anything like this with Deltarune? People have asked me that, but I've already said no to it, primarily because, like, it would just take so long. Like, it's already taken, I think, 2 years up until this point to get all this stuff done. And, I have a family to look after, so this is kind of like a last hurrah kind of thing for me, as it were. You know? Yeah, some people are sad about it. It's like, I imagine somebody else will do something like this, because I've gotten quite a lot of help from the community with this, which I like a lot, because I never expected it. So it's honestly really nice to see. Like, the amount of people involved, just like, with the, some of the modeling, and then, like, some of the, voice acting is crazy. I'm gonna try and see and keep that node there for a moment. Yeah, all the demos I've put out so far are pretty much old at this point. So this is gonna be fun, showing off the new stuff come the new year probably, just so I'm not rushing stuff. I mentioned it a bunch of times, but like there have been a couple of like events that we could have gone to and done, you know, like and done presentations at, but it's just, it wasn't worth it, because I would have been rushed otherwise. So it's like, doing things at my own speed, on my own terms, has definitely helped with getting everything ready for showing everything off to people and just like, check it out! Where's that other... There's that node. I love the way that this is still under 2 mil. Like, the previous... The original version that I did of Snowdin was, like, 12 mil triangles, and it was absolutely terrible. This is so much better. You know. The previous version of Snowdin was just so stupid. In terms of the way that it was set up. But again, I've mentioned before how that was like Babby's first time learning Blender. Just finished watching Batman v Superman and it was fine until the Lord of the Rings. Oh yeah. Hey Damon, how you doing? I like Batman v Superman. It was alright. It wasn't the best thing ever, but it was a fun watch. You know, that's all I was asking for, really. The coolest thing about that film, for me in particular, was just the Batman section. The Batman section that looked so much like the Arkham games. You know, for like the Xbox and PC. So good. Can we just... I know I know it's the whole thing of everybody's been saying it since that film, but we need a Batman film just like that, where it's basically like the Arkham games. So good. And just like move that out there again. Oh. And then just gonna bring this down here. I love the way that I can just do that and pretty much have an entire set of trees, and then I just need to edit it maybe like 3 lines into that. 1, 2, 3. Right, and then we just go 1, 2, 3. Batfleck was the best thing about that movie. I liked the way that they built him up, especially with like his gym and everything. Honestly, like him doing the gym bit was nuts. And apparently him having to then get not as ripped because he got so ripped for that role. And then it's like, can you do us a favor? Can you like not? Because we actually need you to be less ripped. He's like, wait, what? Because the suit was apparently too big. I mean, too small, sorry. He was too big for it at the end of it. I'm actually liking how that looks, though. That is really cool. It looks like really convincing now. It's like, yep, we'll take that. We take those. Now I'm just going to do the same over here. We got to populate it with trees and make it look pretty, and then that's it. We done. Apart from small bits in Snowdin town, like for instance the Christmas decorations, like the lights and stuff on Sans and Papyrus's house. Basically, it's just really small stuff like that, but we're pretty much done. It's like I love the cheat that I've done here for the stream, because I didn't want to model into everything properly. So instead I've just done this like raised plane that looks terrible from down here, but it looks super good from like up here. That's all I need it for, so why would I do it properly? You know, this is looking awesome. The funniest part is, and this is without like my final lighting on or anything, but the funniest part about this is I needed it to obviously to go all the way to Waterfall. The idea was that we come all the way from here and all the way back to, we go to Waterfall, right? And you can go in, then have the scene transition, and then everything looks like it just works as one complete thing. And by doing all of this and having this all set up the way that it is, and just basically optimizing the crap out of it, don't mind the big square here. This is for ground fog for a demo that I want to do. There's all the fog that I want to do for like the floor. Because Damon, you recommended that was doing ground fog. I did that on this platform and it looked real nice. So I'm keeping that, and I'm just going to be adding it to all the other platforms. So they'll all look like that eventually with like big squares on them. But yeah, the funniest part is that the previous version looked nothing like this. It looked really bad and had like less detail, but was way more polygons. It looked terrible. This has way more detail, to the point of having the entire level be traversable, having practically all the detail that I need in here. You said like the funniest part 9 times. 9 times. It's the strongest way to communicate something. But yeah, going from like up there to down, like through Snowdin town all the way through here, you can do all of that in one map. And pretty much have hardly any lag now. It's great. I prefer this version a lot better for obvious reasons. Did I leave another one of these cards around? Because I hope I didn't. I've still got like particle effects going off in the background as well. Fun stuff. I'm just going to duplicate one of these for the time being, and we'll just use this to follow the river. The idea being that I can just drag it out like this. And then follow the river along. And if I want to avoid doing something, I can do. Just like this. Honestly, if this ends up looking like how I want it to, in other words, pretty close to the actual game, I'm going to be really happy with it. What I need to do, though, is get rid of that and the... Just noticed that there is an issue here with the way that the trees lie here, so I can just delete that and then bring that in here. It's funny when you think about it, because I have a load of little tics like that in terms of saying the same thing over and over and over again and then not realizing. And then somebody point it out and I'd be like, wait a minute, what? There we go. This isn't going too bad so far. Oh. Can I just like bridge that there? I wonder. Oh yeah, there actually is a problem there. Is that with? It's a little bit of a problem there. Question is, do we see? Is there any trees going through water? No, there isn't. We're good. Yeah, I struggle not saying the same word 5 times over and over again. Language is hard. It is when you just like... I just spout stuff that comes off the top of my head straight away when I'm doing like dialogue for stream. You know, so... Sometimes I'll say like something okay. You know, or something that's interesting. And then other times I'll just be like, so anyway, that was fun. So anyway, the funniest part about this, the funniest part about this, the funniest part about this, it's just like, oh no, I'm potentially caught in a loop where I sound as though I'm some kind of like computer program that's just like got stuck. He's an AI! He's a VTuber AI! He's got stuck! Meanwhile, I'm just like, no! Try Polish or German, says Proof. Hey, Proof! How you doing? It's like those annoying YouTube ads. Try not to say these boring words. Damon, have you seen the, because you're in the UK, have you seen, the Uber advert yet, where it doxes you? There's 2 of them. There's, I think, one that's called Balloon, and then another one that's like Cobbles or something. I think those are the 2 names of it. It's like, it's getting freaky now. I don't know what's going on with that. Fine building a Chinese mecha kit at the moment, says Proof. Oh, nice. Not yet, I'll look it up. Yeah, it's... The whole doxing thing with Uber is freaky. Really freaky. Uber's like, so, we don't mind doxing you. It's totally fine. Let's... Just want to see if I put that there. Yeah, that's... I'm gonna try. Oh wow. So we can have trees growing in midair. Totally fine. No big deal. We'll just say it's magic. That's how Undertale works, right? Okay, so if I do that. Where's the... Oh, there we go. The idea is that I want to kind of like block this area off and make that section of the tree line a little bit more raised. I'm loving the way that Snowdin Forest now is actually a fully grown forest. It almost looks like an actual park a little bit. And all I need to do is essentially just put all the trees here. I'm currently using YouTube Premium, so I don't even think I could get ads if I wanted to. Let me try searching it up on my end. Like, google.com, YouTube, Uber ad docs. Doxing? Uber now sending passive-aggressive notifications. 3 awful YouTubers exposed for doxing. No. 1 year ago, doxing and Monopoly drama. Let's have a look. I want to read that on Reddit. People complaining about ads and premium try to pick sides between the common user and a multi-billion-dollar corporation, while YouTube openly supports one of the most dog-crap creators on the platform, refuses to acknowledge doxing claims against her. Oh, is this going to be the whole thing with SS Sniper Wolf? YouTube just feels like Cable 2.0. Like, I need to find this. YouTube, Uber ad, cobbles. No, there's nothing that says it at the moment, but I don't even want to put it on, because, like, obviously don't want to get doxxed. Let's see. By the way, for those that were around for the Halo video before, I hope you enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed that. It was really nice. Let's do S. What's Immersiontale? It is a 3D Undertale animated AU movie that I'm making. I'm just doing Snowdin at the moment, if you wanted to know what's going on in the background. I'm literally making Snowdin Forest look like Snowdin Forest. But yeah, if you want, I can put a small trailer thing on. It's totally up to you. Just to give you kind of like a preview thing. So yeah, if you want, I've got that ready in the background. Oh, hey, memes. Whoa, making a forest. A forest! It actually looks more like a forest now. And still runs, like, as well as it could do. So I'm happy with that. That's looking okay there at the moment. I just trying to make this so I don't have to go too crazy with the polygons here, and also so that I don't have trees poking through water here. Honestly, if I can sit in front of this later on with the snow falling down and feel like it's super cozy, like it did when I was first looking at the lighting that I was doing, then I'm gonna be super happy, because then I'll have made the cozy town sort of environment that I wanted. Because, like, the other day I just sat in the center of town for a little bit and just took in the atmosphere and stuff, and I was like, this is cozy. I like that. It was pretty amusing. Considering that's what Snowdin should be. You know. Oh. The best part about this, again, is just the optimization and the way that it looks. So good. I just ring that round to there and just go. We're getting so close to finishing this now. That's the best part about this. Do that there, and then fill in that little bit with trees, and then I don't even think I need to put trees on like every single cliff face. Like maybe a couple here and there around here. But apart from that, that's your eyes are more drawn to the rest of the forest now, which looks pretty nice. It's okay, we'll just ignore the fact that there's a tree in the water there. Maybe I should put the actual cave entrance there as well for like over here. Where is it? Where's the asset? I'll grab it. I'll put it over there, and then I'll go back to there. There's the cave. If I put that over there, then it kind of shows you where it goes, and then it can easily explain like where the rest of Snowdin is. When you have time, try sending me a link to that advert. It might be your cookies enabling something, and then sending you personal ads, potentially. Yeah, I'll try doing that. It's just like real nasty. Whatever it is, I'm just like not a fan of it for obvious reasons. That's why I don't like cookies. I like the edible kind for obvious reasons. I know that's like the worst joke ever, but it's like, Dave, that's not a fun joke. I'm gonna put that there like that, and then just kind of try and make it look as though it's popping out slightly. If I do that, and then just, I don't think you're gonna be able to see it too much from over there. Oh crap! Just doing that. I mean, you can't really see it from over there, but again, it doesn't look so flat anymore. So, it's having a hard time. I'm nowhere near your level of skill or understanding. It takes some time, but it's worth just keeping at it, you know. Sometimes YouTube ads questionable things like getting ads for ad block. Wait, what? So let's see. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is, again, I'm just gonna put the explanation for the project on, and then we'll go from there. Again, because the explanation for the project is decent. Let's just do window mode. Bam. Right, and then we just go. This is Immersiontale, a full 3D animated movie of Undertale's true pacifist run, featuring a little bit of an AU twist. I've been working on this project for a little over a year at this point, mapping out all of the underground in 3D down to its smallest details and slowly getting actors to fill the roles. Here's a quick peek at what it all looks like so far.
alive? I'm alive!
You idiot! In this world, it's kill or be killed!
Yo, you're a kid too, right? I can tell because you're wearing a striped shirt.
Everyone is always laughing and cracking jokes, trying to forget our modern crises.
Did you hear what they just said? Ray said a human wearing a striped shirt will come through. I heard that they hate spiders.
Hi, I'm Tammy, and this my clan, Tammy.
You're about to face the greatest challenge of your entire journey. Your actions here will determine the fate of the entire world. If you refuse to fight, Asgore will take your soul and destroy humanity. But if you kill Asgore and go home, monsters will remain trapped underground. What will you do? Well, if I were you, I would have thrown in the towel by now.
Yeah. Proof says the sounds bad quality wise. Yeah, maybe that's because it was done with the old microphone setup from like a Quest 2. It sounds a lot better now, trust me. I had all of those lines redone and they sound great. It's like the entire thing sounds a lot better now. It's one of those whole things where I can be like, oh yeah, trust me. It's like, but unless you've heard them, which obviously I've not done demos for the new stuff yet, or like let anybody really listen to them. Once I let people listen to that stuff, hopefully it'll be alright. Yeah, it's just gonna be a case of like, for the moment, you gotta trust me when it comes to like, it looks and sounds a lot better. I think you just got game over there. Yes, I did. I got game overed by Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania was like, the audio quality isn't the best, but I can tell the voice actors are doing an amazing job. It's like, the thing is, I still like all the voice acting that's done. Sure, it isn't fantastic, but then again, it's the whole thing of it's not like I set out immediately out of the gate to do studio quality stuff. You know, it's like there's only so much fans can do, and while I do want it to be its best, I'm not a stickler for stuff that doesn't sound too great quality-wise, but I can still, you know, like overall mix the content together and it'll still be good, you know? Like, for instance, there's still a good job there at doing a, you know, like, for instance, with Sans, there's a good Sans voice impression behind that, which is still good enough to then put in a scene and be like, look, this is how I'm going to animate him, here's how I want him to move, here's the overall, sort of, like, impression you get with, excuse me, with Sans in the entire environment and stuff. It's not like I'm just going to go around and turn around to people and say, look, I didn't think your take was great, you know, so... Because that totally wasn't the thing. I actually really liked Lofi Sans from the moment I heard him do the impression. It's just that whole thing of being like, okay, let's see what happens, let's see where this goes. And then Lofi was like, yeah, I'll redo them. And redid them, and the lines are just so good now. Oh my god, Jen's gonna kill me. When the music track for Casino, I think it's Casinopolis? Yeah, Studiopolis, sorry, came out, I played it too many times and I kind of drove Jen mad with it. Literally. Speaking of voice actors as memes, yeah, you said the other day memes that never said anything about him being bad. No, I know that. I know. I'm just, in general, I'm just saying. Dude, it's still not 2 million tries. That is so nice. I ran into someone in Snowdin a few days ago who's willing to... I need to... Ooh, I'm going to need to see who they can voice then. Because of the whole deal with, like, characters that need voices now. I need to make a list of them. Just saying too much as usual, Dave, says Proof. No. Unoriginal was one of them, forgot the other person's name. I think I'm just getting defensive, Proof. They could do a pretty nice Catty and Bratty. Oh, nice. That was two of the characters that I would really need. Because they have the Valley Girl accent. As it's described in the wiki. The Southern Shop, yeah. So we've got... I've confirmed that I do have the models for Catty and Bratty. I can't seem to run into them again. Gonna give 9 balls Seraph a shot. I'm gonna break 4 though. Making ACs on DB4 is serious. Dude, I saw your other one before. It was so good. GG on that. Memes, if you're available, if you're able to find those people again, if you don't already have like the contact information, that would be really helpful. If they can do a really good Catty and Bratty. As for unoriginal, I will need a list of the characters that they need to voice. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll try and get that together later on because I need to make sure I've got all of the female and male list now, because obviously there's a lot of like female voices and a lot of male voices. And I don't want to overload with some of the actors and actresses already that are working on the project. Unless they decide themselves that they want to do that kind of thing. Because, like, for instance, with Z doing 4 characters at once, I think it is, which is crazy. Yeah, I know, I can confirm for a fact that Catty and Bratty are 2 of the characters. Fish Receptionist, Hand Receptionist, these are all female. And Night Night, those are all female. I need to actually, like, get those wrote down. Let's see if this actually runs still at like 30. No, it's doing that whole thing again where it's like, oh look, I run at 15 frames per second now, which is total bull because we know it doesn't. What I need to do here is select my linked material. And then just go convert to mesh. No, it should. We need to work that hack again, because I swear some of these, if they're arrayed, I'm not going to enjoy that. Or is it linked material? Let's just make sure for the sake of it. Convert to mesh, right? And then we do this, that should. There we go, we got that. Convert to mesh. Select this, select linked material, convert to mesh, even though we've done this already. Based on what? Wait, did I say something? I've been doing this really weird recently. Jen's been telling me I've been saying stuff when I'm either not meant to be saying stuff or I've just said stuff randomly. Did I just say something and be like, wait, what? My brain just turned around and put in words there for no reason. It should be fine. Why is that not fine? You said something to do with adding trees. Had to do with the base. Oh yeah, I must have just blurted something out randomly. I have no clue. Let's see. I'm trying to see if any of these... Jen thinks it's because I'm stressed because of... Old man's actually acting old. No, Jen thinks I'm actually just super stressed because of everything that's going on. Because, like, no joke, I've been almost non-stop hammering Snowdin for so long now. I think it's really starting to affect me stress-wise. Like, if you... Just think about it, right? I've been trying to get this all done before Christmas. I've been working on it for a year. I'm trying to keep the really intense pace that I've got. And even though I'm not slowing down in the slightest, I feel like it may be slowly getting to me mentally where I'm just like, brain no work now. I told you to take it easy. You are restless for some time. Being totally serious for a moment though, I like for the past like week or two, I've been getting hardly the amount of sleep that I need per day. Like, they say you need like what, 7 to 8 hours sleep per day usually. I've been getting like maybe 6, possibly 5. It's not been good. The only time I've been doing something like that, and I've been looking after a kid as well. I've been literally like living non-stop on caffeine. And the only time I've ever done something similar to this was where I worked like absolutely insane in university. And I did the same thing for like a month, and then after that, I, for some strange reason, went blind for like a couple of minutes, and then blacked out and woke up like 4 days later. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen this time. I'm doing like the nervous laugh because I don't know how to respond to this really. I'm just like, I want this done. I want it to look good. I want everyone to appreciate the work that's gone into it, you know. It's called a coma. No, seriously, what happened, from what I remember at least, was I ended up blinking for a little bit, and then when I opened my eyes again, I couldn't see. And I was like, oh, this isn't good. And I was like that for a couple of minutes, I think it was. And then I blinked again, and I got my vision back, which was really weird. I don't know whether that was like some disconnect with my brain or whatever. And then, yeah, because I was working like mad, because the whole point, the reason why I did that was because, again, it's that whole thing of and this is why the Halo 2 stream that I did before was kind of important to me, because the whole story goes that I watched that Halo 2 development behind the scenes video, and that was when I was really young, and at the time I didn't have any sort of like good education or anything, so I just sort of looked at that, went, oh yeah, I like video games, and I like the way that they work, because they've already been successful off one game, so clearly the way that they're working must work, and yeah, I ended up just like going crazy and taking that as my my work, sort of the way that I work. Brain is not working right now. I kind of took that as the way that I should work, which is, ironically enough, when you listen to how they were working on Halo 2, it's literally crunch. So when you think about it, whenever I work on a project like this, I go all in on it. I literally crunch willingly until it's done. So yeah, I can imagine it's finally taking its toll on me after years of doing this kind of thing. Because when I say like every single project or anything that I do to do with 3D or stuff, I normally put in the same amount of effort. And if you've been in all of these streams, you know I'm always putting in like 110% or whatever. Especially like now. I'm giving it my absolute all. I research everything. I try and get everything done the way that I want it to, you know, to look good. It's crazy. I just hope that people appreciate the effort that goes into this. But yeah, let's read chat. That's not good. You're going to develop insomnia, possibly. Yeah, I almost had my stomach pumped once because I made a ridiculous coffee for myself when I was doing another project that made me stay awake for 5 days, I think it was, in a row. That was not nice. I was in a coma for 4 days due to diabetic shock, so yes, it's a coma when you're gone for a few days. Oh god. I had that after not sleeping for 3 days. For 3 days, I thought I went blind too. Oh god. So yeah, that's probably a thing. Let me just see if I can... Like, see, this is optimizing it. Like, I don't know why we're missing 15 frames here, because we shouldn't be. Where is it? Is it... Dude, is it that? Is it the particle effects? So what is it then? Like, there's something that I'm missing as to why. Is it the ice? Because I deleted the ice before and... Actually, wait a minute, where's the ice? If I take the ice out of this render and I'm able to go from one end to the other, then it's that ice shader that I made. Because some of this is down to shaders being too complex as well. It's like, for instance, if I do like ice, you know, new scenery, just like Fortnite ice. The ice makes me lose a little bit. I think when you're overstimulating your brain without giving it enough time to rest, IDK, I'm just talking out my ass. Anyway, I'm going to head to bed, says Damon. No, that's fair, Damon. Thank you very much. Anyway. Hope you get some good rest. He says ironically. You know. I'm sat here just like, Ah, there we go. Can I get rid of the grass there? Oh, dude, imagine when I have these particles in for the snow. That's going to be nuts. Have I got anything else over here that's got a modifier on it that needs to go? Oh, it's trees. The trees and the bushes, they all have modifiers on them. Like, if I just do that now. That's actually not too bad if I do that. Like, considering I've got the entire thing running. It's pretty nuts, but I need to figure out, like, what's doing it. Because clearly there's something else going on here as to why I'm losing frames here and there. Is it the shadows? Hey, Wally. How you doing? Nice to see you, by the way. I need to find out where the light is. Because I've got like a sunlight here that casts shadows. I'm wondering whether it's that. That's the particles, that's the wind. I'm going to also show off a bit of the rendering a bit. And we'll just see if people like this. So you'll get to see a little bit of this. There's the ambient, there's the sun. That's why I came here. Thank you very much. So like let's see, shadows. It might be the contact shadows? Hang on. I just turn off shadows. I mean, we're getting 30 there. That's not bad. Where is it that I'm losing these frames? It might just be in certain areas. Because I had it running at 30 before. Let me try and convert to mesh there. Well, yeah, I made the forest. It's looking pretty crazy. Nope. As long as it runs at 30 like that, it's not bad. As long as it doesn't crash the renderer, it's fine. That also might be a problem there as to why it's... Dude, where's that? That moment I'm basically trying to optimize Snowdin now. While also getting ready to draw the wires for everything on. Let's see, that's the test plane for water. Just don't tell anybody about how I've done the ending here. If you can see, then you can see it. You know, I've been really cheeky with that end bit. Let's see. If I take that and go select group linked material file, convert to mesh. Maybe it's because the amount of objects. I'm not quite sure. That should. $14, $15. So something's changed there. This file's weird. Like every other time I try and do something in it, it just goes like really crazy. Like looking down here, it's giving me 12, but then come over here, it's giving me 16, 17. It's really weird. But at least now. Actually, I'm just thinking, I don't need the waves at the beginning here. So if I kill the ocean modifier, and we just have it like that, does that help with? I love the way for some strange reason that actually didn't help. It's like, wait, what? I thought that would help because the ocean modifier would be a bit intensive on the graphics, and instead it's just like, no. This is cool, says Pato Animations. Thank you very much. So if we want now, we can go all the way from Snowdin, well, the ruins, all the way to the end of Snowdin. So this is going to be a little bit of me just messing around in the 3D bit. All of this is like snow build-up. And then we've got the first bit here. Some ground fog. I need to put the snowman here still. Small details. And then we can see over the edge there with all the... This is my first time seeing this. Nice. Welcome then. I'm messing around and making a 3D Undertale animation. Which is like its own AU thing. I'm just, hopefully, finishing off working on Snowdin. I remember seeing this area, actual chills. Now, I like how this looks now, because we've actually got a proper forest. And then the rest of this is like small details and things. Oh, I still need to add in the different puzzles and do the signs for them, and have like the signs actually show stuff properly. That's one thing I need to do. The puzzles, like the ones with the face on, those are fine. I can do those pretty easy. I can probably do those per area. The same with like the color puzzle there with Metaton there that totally isn't Metaton. There's a dog shrine. Not the dog shrine, the snow dog area. And then we've got the bit with glide down there. No one I work with is online in VRC, says Wally. I mean, I could jump on. It'd only be for like half an hour, maybe. I could jump on for a laugh. Because this is practically... Apart from like over here, like when we get to town, I need to redo the sign. And then I need to do a couple of signs there. Go through town here. I need to do the inside of Grillby's just a little bit better. And then this looks very nice. I'm not showing off the textured version, or rather the textured and lit version for obvious reasons. But like, this is the lighting. Well, the one with textures in it. The one with proper lighting and everything really gives you a sense of like scale and depth and everything, but just for the time being, you can see the amount of work I went into with some of the like geometry and stuff. Like even over here, when we look back at the ruins, you can see all the snow piled up and the grass and everything. That's pretty cool. And then we got all the trees over there, and then the same over here. So yeah, I honestly can't wait to show that off properly. It'll be so fun. And then, obviously, you can see that there. So yeah. As someone who's tried Blender before, I would think getting cold feet before even thinking of making something this big. Thing is, I've been learning Blender as I've been doing this. It's pretty crazy. Like, I'm using practically all the tricks that I've got now just to come up with this kind of thing, so it's nuts. But yeah, anyway, I think I'm going to call it a night, because I've been at it for like 1 hour 45, and it's almost 1 in the morning for me. So, thank you very much, everyone. I've enjoyed your company. Welcome to those who are new to the channel. I hope you stick around while I continue doing my Undertale animation, or whatever else, like gaming or whatever. Anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate your company and your time. Bye!